Hello, TAT. I'm so glad to be with you today. Quickly, I've been a Christian for over 30 years. And in those 30 years, I've been kind of like all over the map, super spiritual, kind of spiritual. But I've always desired to be a balanced Christian where I could love God, work in my church, and yet not neglect my family. But thankfully, this past year, I come across an excellent book called Emotionally Healthy Spiritually by Peter Scazzero. It's an excellent book, and a few weeks ago, several of our couples, along with my wife Yolanda, we went through the Bible study. And I'm telling you, some days when we were in the study, we cried, sometimes we laughed, sometimes we were just quiet, we were in awe of what God was revealing. I think it's a great program. I've asked some of these individuals to share how God blessed them and what God did in them during that time. I'm convinced that it takes emotionally healthy spiritual individuals to raise up a church. I believe our church is called to be a great beacon here in DeSoto. But the only way we can do that is if we are spiritually healthy emotionally. I mean, we've got to get there, and I believe this series will help us. I want you to listen to several of these couples as they share from their heart how God touched them, changed their life, and encouraged them. Take a look.
I believe the program has helped me because it has allowed me to focus my time to where I am able to spend more time with the Lord and just set out a special portion of my day to read His Word and just get a one-on-one communion with Him. It's also helped me to have a little more balance in my life, so I'm not so focused on one thing versus the other, but having evenness in my relationships and those around me. It will benefit, or has benefited, my marriage by bringing me closer to my husband, because the closer I grow to God, the closer I can become in my marriage. As I said before, with the balance, evening things out, having time with the Lord, allowing Him to speak to me with that one-on-one time with Him builds me up and strengthens me emotionally, so then I can be better for my husband and give to him in a sacrificial way without feeling I'm losing anything. I think it will benefit other people, not just couples, by just having them realize that we are not perfect people. And when we have a stronger relationship with God, then we can have a stronger relationship with other people around us. Because people will fail us, people will disappoint us, but we have to accept those failures and disappointments and know that God is still perfect and that He still loves us even in the midst of those disappointments and failures. But even though if those people disappoint us and fail us, that we can still love them in the midst of that and still love God. A lot of times people want to turn their back on God because something didn't go their way, but we need to know that God has our best interest in mind and He wants the best for us, whatever that may be.
Well, the program has helped me tremendously to learn that as a Christian that I need to focus both on my spiritual side and my emotional side through this journey and through this walk.
I think one of the ways that the program has helped me, there were two lessons that stood out to me. One was the Sabbath and keeping the Sabbath. I'd heard those things in the Ten Commandments, but I'll be honest, I wasn't a Sabbath keeper. But that particular lesson taught me the value of taking time to be with God, even in the midst of my hectic work schedule. The second lesson that was a tremendous source of blessing to me was the one called the Dark Night of the Soul. In the Dark Night of the Soul, it helped me to understand that sometimes God creates crises within our lives in order to draw us closer to Him.
I believe it will help others if they truly, truly want to walk this journey out, knowing that your spiritual life really complements, the emotional side of a person. It helps you to understand those emotions and what you're going through and why you're going through it. God uses those things to help us through this journey so that we can become better people. We can understand how great He is in our lives and how much He wants us to have a little bit of heaven on earth.
As you think about the question, how could this program help you? I believe that if you will come to the program with an open mind, being willing to receive, I believe it will put a lot of things in perspective as far as your Christian walk, as far as some of the emotional areas. It'll help you to better cope with perhaps some of the tragedies that you've experienced early in life, particularly those things that are painful that a lot of people don't know about. You will find ways to cope with that and to springboard you into a new dimension in your walk with Christ.
10 years from now, when I look back, I would have said, wow, I actually really believe that you can have a little bit of heaven on earth. If you really truly understand that the Word of God is here for us to learn, to practice, and to walk out in our daily lives. And also to, be in touch and be in tune with God throughout the day, which is what the daily office tells us to do, or suggests for us to do. It can give us that peace, it can give us that understanding, and it can just show us that God is working in and out of our situations on a daily basis. That way, we know that we're not in control, but He's always in control of every situation. That gives us a lot of peace. And what we really want to do is walk this walk in peace.
10 years from now, I'm of the opinion that if you'll take the heart and value and appreciate the lessons that are brought forth by this series, a lot of times we find ourselves in stuck places and stuck points in our lives. I believe that this will be a valuable tool to help you to get what I call unstuck. And it will propel you in a new direction it'll cause you to develop a stronger love for God, a greater appreciation for the people of God and the things of God. So there may be some areas that in your life right now that you just can't quite seem to get past it. I believe that this series is a valuable tool that'll help you to propel past those stuck points in your life.
The 8-week program has helped me out to realize how spiritually unhealthy I was.
Well, for me, I believe that the program really helped me to realize how I was living my life in the past, in my present, and it really helped me to realize how the reason why I was unable to get closer to God was because I had so much emotional baggage. I believe that the emotionally and spiritually healthy program is really going to help people to realize how we move so fast in life. We're always moving at a fast pace, and the program is really going to help others learn how to slow down and how to be spiritually healthy and how to connect with God on a deeper level. So I believe that that's how it's going to help others.
Anybody who knows me, they know I'm pretty unscripted, so I do a lot of stuff without a script. But doing this 8-week thing or program kind of helped me put things in order and realize the potency of God and His Word on a deeper level than just God so loved the world, but showing us how to love ourselves and each other and take the time to appreciate what He's given us, like the Sabbath and things that we've as a church have discarded. So
taking the program, I would think 10 years from now is probably going to really help to fortify our marriage. Another thing that we learned in the program was how to be spiritually healthy in our married life. And so, like Bobby was saying, taking the Sabbath is going to be very important for us, and we've already implemented that. So 10 years from now, I really believe that taking that Sabbath day to really rest and be one with the Lord and just enjoy each other's company is really going to help us in the long run, because that's going to give us a chance to be closer to Him. Not only be closer to Him, but also be closer to each other and really just have a loving, healthy marriage.
Y'all's really gonna jump on that. I think it'll help us out in 10 years because it's helping us now from something that this class that we took 2 months ago or a month ago. The Sabbath thing is a really big deal to me. It says to keep the Sabbath. It also tells us not to murder and not to commit adultery. We don't do those things every other week or every other day, so why can't we keep the Sabbath every week like he's asked us to do? So in this lesson, that's the biggest thing that jumped out to me, and I think that in 10 years, because we implement that now, we'll be able to be fulfilled and live in our promised land.
My name is Jakima Mathis, and I've been strengthened by this program.
I'm Carol Thompson, and I've had an aha moment through this program.
I'm Charles Thompson. I'm just fascinated beyond words at the difference that this program has made in my life, and I highly and strongly encourage it for each of you, the Lord's people.
I'm Bobby B. Don't let not trusting others keep you from taking this course. It's powerful.
My name is Talitha Burris, and I would like to say that I am a changed person from taking this class. I'm an emotionally, spiritually healthy adult, and I invite you to come take part in the class and do the same.